My name is Gabby and I'm a Lithuanian gal living in New York City. Living in New York has been one of my biggest dreams for as long as I can remember, so I decided to share with you the story of how I got here. But first, we have to rewind to the beginning. I was born and raised in Lithuania, Klaipėda, but when I was 13, me and my mom moved to Holland. The thing is, when I lived in Lithuania, I wanted to move and live somewhere else. I wanted to go to an English-speaking school. I wanted to be in a different culture. Lithuania is my home country, but I never quite felt like it was my home. I loved Holland and I loved going to an international school and then later on to a British high school. The fact that I got to speak English every day was a total dream. In spring 2012, me and my mom flew to New York for the first time, just for a vacation. Now, you have to understand that I have always been madly in love with New York, so the fact that I was going to be there was insane. The second we landed, I started to cry my eyes out. We took the cab to our hotel, and those 10 days were the most magical, amazing, and surreal days of my life. When we had to fly back to Amsterdam, I looked at my mom and said, "You know, one day I'm going to live here. Just watch and see." Then, you know what happens. You're in your last 2 years of high school and you have to start thinking about what you want to do for the rest of your life. I always loved the arts and I wanted to go and study acting, but all the outside voices told me I need to choose an actual career. Except my mom. She told me I could do whatever the heck I wanted, so shout out to you, Mom. So I went with my heart and I started applying to acting schools in London and New York. I worked on my monologues, studied, and was insanely nervous for my upcoming auditions. I flew to London and auditioned for 2 big acting schools there. 1 week later, I found out that I didn't get into any of them, and that broke me. I started thinking that I'm not good at anything. I started doubting my choices, my decisions, and I was about to fly to New York and audition for the schools there. Now, if I didn't get into any schools in London, how the heck was I going to get into the ones in New York?
And yeah, I didn't get into neither of them. I wish I was at a point where I already know that I got into at least one school.
5 days later, I flew to New York where I had 3 big auditions. I was nervous, but once again, the second I landed, I just knew I belonged there. My first audition for Juilliard went well, but a few hours later, I found out that I didn't get in. My second audition for the Tom Todorov Conservatory went really well, and I was praying and hoping that I get in.
I just had my Tom Todorov Conservatory audition. I'm so happy. I hope I get in.
The next morning, I woke up and I found an acceptance letter from TTC. I freaked out. I got in. I was moving to New York City. I couldn't believe it. That same day, however, I had my final audition for the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, but I was pretty chill about it because I already had a school that accepted me. 3 hours later after the audition, they called me and they told me that I got in. I was also offered some kind of a scholarship, so in one day I got accepted into 2 great schools and now I had to choose.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what do I do now? Oh!
At the end, I chose TTC and I started counting down the days until I moved to New York City. I graduated in May 2017 and those 2 years flew by. Since I was little, I had the biggest dream, moving to New York City and building a life there. I also wanted to study acting and 2 of my biggest dreams came true. People told me I should go for a real career, whatever that means, and there were people that even told me that I wouldn't get into an acting school because I wasn't any good. Well, I did. I guess what I'm trying to say is making your dream a reality can take years and years, but as long as you keep your eye on the prize, it'll happen. Don't listen to what anybody else is saying, especially don't listen to people who tell you that your goals are unrealistic or impossible. Just keep going, keep moving, keep working, and keep dreaming. And now I can finally say that this is my home.
Today is 2014, December 31st. It's the last day of 2014, and I'm making this video for myself because 2015 is gonna be an exciting year. I'm auditioning for drama schools in London and New York. Now, before 2015 has even started, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna move to New York City. I feel it in my heart. I know it. I'm gonna work hard and nothing's gonna stop me. Here's to an amazing 2015 and making my dreams come true.